back, y'all boys. I appreciate y'all tuning into another video. Don't forget to join the Discord, link in the bio. You know, got an active Discord. I'm gonna keep these videos coming. Keep supporting the TikTok. Keep supporting the YouTube. Just keep showing support, man. I really appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna just keep these videos coming. Y'all just let me know what y'all want. And I'm gonna do my best to just get it out, man. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff, man. I'm gonna do my best to just constantly stay consistent. But this video is about Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval. And you know, Brandon Royval, Manel Kape, that fight was like, everybody was anticipating that fight, really, bro. It was a true number one contender. Royval won, he fight for the belt. Kape won, he's number one contender. He fight for the belt after Kai Kara. You know, it's history there with both. Even if Kai Kara won, you know, it's history there. If Pantoja won, it's history there. But Kape, you know, he's had 11 council fights and 9 UFC fights. Not all of them were his fault, granted. Not all of them were Manel Kape's fault, bro. Like, it's just unfortunate. Like, if you get injured, it's kind of like, you know, you can't do anything because injuries, they happen to everybody and you can't avoid injuries. But staying healthy is, you know, what am I trying to get at? It's a talent. Staying healthy is a talent, you know, is a skill. So credit to the fighters who stayed, you know, healthy and, you know, do the right things, because all it takes is one wrong thrown kick like Manel Kape and you're out of it. But moving to Joshua Van, like, we've seen Joshua Van, he did get KO'd by Charles Johnson, bounced back with some impressive performances. And then, you know, I think that KO loss set him back a little bit, because I believe if he didn't get KO'd there, you know, he'd be undefeated in the UFC, and then he probably would be like top 7 right now. So that jump to 7 to number 1 wouldn't even be that crazy. But he's number 10, jumping to number 1. And seeing that performance, I think he did grow. But Royval is no slouch, bro. We just seen that against Tatsuro Taira. And Tatsuro Taira, granted, it was a split decision, but I thought Royval did won. The striking really wasn't even close. The grappling was Tatsuro's, but the striking, like, Brandon Royval, just, he's such a good striker. He has really good cardio, really good endurance. He throws a million punches around. Like, Royval could definitely give Joshua Van some problems, and I think he will give him some problems that Joshua Van hasn't seen. I think it is a big jump. 10 to 1 is a big jump, but it, you know, it's short notice, bro. It's short notice, and if Joshua Van is able to go out there and beat Brandon Royval, he's the number 1 contender, and he's looking to challenge for the belt next, because that's a new name. Like, a new name at flyweight. Joshua Van could be the 2nd youngest champion in UFC history. Like, dog, that's impressive, bro. Like, really, and the UFC would love that. They would eat that up, like, for sure. They definitely would see that and be like, okay, we can push him as the 2nd youngest champion in UFC history, 23 years old. Like, yes, bro. Like, it's crazy. But I don't think it would just be smooth sailing, bro. Like, I think it's going to be a tough fight. Royval, he isn't the hardest puncher, but he has some pop. He can definitely hurt Van. This fight is going to be so high paced, bro. Like, it's going to be so high paced. Both of them like to walk forward. Both of them like to throw combos and punches and bunches. And just seeing how they deal with each other's pressure, and like, they might stand, it might be times in the fight they're going to just stand in the middle and just be like throwing punches at each other, you know, slip, like jab, like straight, like you got a counter uppercut coming. Like, I can see a lot of this stuff coming, like, happening. And it's going to be such an intriguing fight, I hope. Or it could be a one-sided beatdown. Like, it could be a one-sided beatdown. Like, Brandon Royval could go out there and show levels and end up stopping Joshua Van. That's definitely possible. It's not out of the realm possibility. You know, Joshua Van is tough. He is durable. You know, that fight against Edgar Chairez after that KO loss against Charles Johnson, it was kind of scary, because if you know about Edgar Chairez, you know he hits like a truck. He's a big 125 pounder. You know, he's really big. So Joshua Van going out there weathering the storm against him and beating him, you know, in front of his crowd, home-friendly crowd, it was like, yes, he's back. And by the way, he turned around after that Charles Johnson KO in like few months, so he was like right back in there. So seeing that, it's like Joshua Van he's a real deal. He wants to fight. That's what you do. Like, if you want the big checks, if you want the big fights, if you want a challenge for the title, you gotta fight. You gotta be active. That's what Dana White loves. That's what the company loves. But Brandon Royval, he has the chance to derail. Like, I ain't gonna say derail, bro, because he's 23. If he doesn't beat Brandon Royval and end up number 1 contender, he's going to be number 1 contender down the line, unless he goes on some crazy skid, which I don't see happening, because, you know, he's being ranked flyweight. It's not like he's being just unranked flyweights and he's just an unranked contender just getting that jump. No, I think it's his 3rd ranked fight against Bruno Silva, and he stopped him. you know, Cody Durden, that was a good fight. So seeing that, I think, bro, he definitely has a chance to beat Brandon Royval. I'm not really that confident in him beating Brandon Royval, but it's a better matchup than it will be like a Kai Kara-France. Like a Kai Kara-France, I'll be way more worried for Joshua Van due to the fact that Kai Kara-France has like crackhead power at 125. So I'll be a lot more worried for Joshua Van in that matchup. But seeing that Royval doesn't have crazy power, but he does have some sting, he could definitely do it. But I think Joshua Van I think it might be too big of a jump, man. I think it might be because Royval isn't old either. I think he's like 32, 33, somewhere in there. You know, Joshua Van is like 23. So seeing that, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm kind of scared for Joshua Van because, but fights like this, opportunities, you have to take them. Like you have to go out there and just, you know, try to get these big fights. Because you win, it's kind of high risk, it's high reward, low risk. Because you risking like going up, you know, losing to the number one ranked contender. It's not that much risk. He's supposed to beat you. But I think they had Joshua Van as the favorite. And the reward is, okay, I beat this guy. I'm fighting for the belt next. I'm number one contender. I'm number one ranked. So that's like, okay. So even if Joshua Van loses, it's not the end. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's not like, oh man, he got fraud check. Oh, hype train derailed. No, that's not the case at all. Like he loses, he just lost to the number one contender. He was supposed to beat him. But then again, if the odds are minus 260 in Joshua Van's favor, which I was seeing, which I hope isn't true, then it's like, okay, then you was probably supposed to win, because I don't know how the odds makers like work, how they do these odds. But if Joshua Van is a favorite, a big favorite, which I'm about to look at right now and see, he is let me look. They don't have the odds on here, bro. But we just gonna have to see how the odds stack up. But I think Royval should be the favorite. But if he's not, then you know, if you're a betting man, I'll probably like throw some bread on Royval. But hey, I'm not a better. Hey, and if you lose your house, ain't coming to stay with me. But I appreciate y'all boys tuning into another video. Don't forget, just join the Discord. Keep, you know, let me know what y'all want to see, and I got y'all. I got a lot of videos coming. We're gonna keep them coming. Keep staying consistent. I appreciate y'all tuning in every single, you know, day, every single live, every single YouTube video, everything that happens. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and as always, I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.